Hello class and welcome to the first online class. This class corresponds to our in-person class of 9th November, Monday. Right, we'll begin. If you scroll down in your Moodle course, here you get the class, and we'll begin with a revision of adjectives of personality. So please, click here, and this will take you to a Bamboozle game. I suggest you choose this option, the study option. So if you click here, study, here you have a number of cards, and what you have to do is, before clicking here, just say what you think. For example, people have an attractive personality and make people like them. So I think we saw this adjective. This is charming. Okay, so click here, and here it gives you the solution. If you got it right, click here. Okay, if you got it wrong, click on the red button. So that's it. Basically, this is what you have to do. It's a revision of the adjective we had seen in class. Perfect. After that, we're going to use the book. So we're going to go to page 16, and this is a type of unit called Practical English, and it appears every other unit. So we'll see this in unit 1, in unit 3, 5, 7 and 9, right? For those who have used English File in previous courses, the story will be familiar to you. Here we have both the main characters, Jenny and Rob. But don't worry, because for those who haven't used English File before, the first video, it's an introduction, and they tell you more or less what's happened before in the story, because this is like a soap opera where you see different episodes in these people's lives. But the first video, it's a summary of their story. So we're going to watch it. We're going to watch Jenny and Rob talking, and what you have to do is complete the gaps here. Okay, so let's do this.
My name's Jenny Zielinski, and New York is my city. I live here, and I work for a magazine, New York 24/7.
My name's Rob Walker. I'm a writer on New York 24/7. You can probably tell from my accent that I'm not actually from New York. I'm British, and I came over to the States a few months ago.
I met Rob in London when I was visiting the UK on a work trip. He was writing for the London edition of 24/7.
Are you okay?
We got along well right away. I really liked him.
So why am I in New York? Because of Jenny, of course.
Tomorrow I'm going to show you around the office.
When they gave me the opportunity to work here for a month, I took it immediately.
I could come back.
It gave us the chance to get to know each other better. When they offered me a permanent job, I couldn't believe it.
Barbara called me earlier.
What about?
She offered me a job.
I helped Rob find an apartment, and now here we are, together in New York. I'm so happy. I just hope Rob's happy here too.
I really loved living in London. A lot of my friends and family are there, so of course I still miss it. But New York's a fantastic city. I've got a great job, and Jenny's here too.
Things are changing pretty fast in the office. We have a new boss, Don Taylor. And things are changing in my personal life, too. This evening's kind of important. I'm taking Rob to meet my parents for the very first time. I just hope it goes well.
Okay, so that's the story so far. That's a good summary of the story. Have you completed this paragraph? All right, let's have a look at the answers. I'm going to show them to you. If you need a second listening, please go back in this recording and play it again. Okay, here you are, the answers. Well. Okay. Also, as Jenny is American and Rob is British, there are these little differences between British English and American English. So, for example, in American English you say apartment, and in British English you say flat. Okay, so that will appear every now and then, and with the time you get to know these differences. Perfect. So they go to Jenny's parents for the first time. Let's see what happens. We're going to watch a video of Jenny introducing Rob to her parents. So first listening, concentrate on what bad news that Rob have for Jenny and what good news does Jenny have for her parents. An explanation here, mom is American English and mom in British English. See that the only difference is in the spelling. Okay, let's watch it.
I can't believe we got here so late.
I'm sorry, Jenny. I had to finish that article for Don.
Don't forget the chocolates.
Okay. Oh, no.
I don't believe it. Don't tell me you forgot them.
I think they're still on my desk.
You're kidding.
You know what my desk's like.
Yeah, it's a complete mess. Why don't you ever tidy it?
We could go and buy some more.
How can we get some more? We're already late. Hi there.
You made it.
Sorry we're late. So this is my mom and dad, Harry and Sally, and this, of course, is Rob.
Hello.
So nice to meet you at last.
Yes, Jenny's finally decided to introduce you to us.
Well, come in. Come in.
Mom, I'm really sorry. We bought you some chocolates, but we left them at the office.
Oh, what a pity. But never mind.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We know what a busy young woman you are. And your mom has made way too much food for this evening anyway.
Oh, Harry.
But I also have some good news.
Really? What's that?
Well, you know we have a new boss. He's still new to the job and needs support. So today he made me the managing editor of the magazine.
So you've got a promotion. How fantastic.
That's great news. Hey, does that mean Jenny's gonna be your boss, Rob?
Yes, I guess so.
Well, not exactly. I'm a manager, but I'm not Rob's manager.
Let's go and have dinner.
What a great idea.
Okay, so what are the bad news and the good news? Okay, I hope your answer is this. This is the bad news. He left the chocolates on his desk at work. And the good news is she's got a promotion. She's now a manager, Jenny. Right. About the same video, we're going to do this activity. So I'm going to ask you to go back, play it again, and answer these true-false questions. So do that, and I will show you the solution now. But before doing that, please play the recording again. These are the answers. and this is why the false answers are false. So perfect. Here it says, look at some extracts from the conversation. Can you remember any of the missing words? Okay, so these are extracts, so it's not a complete conversation, just parts taken from the conversation. And let's see if you please make the effort and see if you remember what words were here. I will show you in a minute. So pause the video and check in a second. Okay. And move on to the other page. Now what we're going to do is watch the same video and try to repeat the phrases from this chart here. Also try to copy the rhythm and intonation. It's very important. They are all phrases on reacting to what people say. This will help you to sound more natural when you're having a conversation in English, and because this is what we do. People tell us news and then we react, or when we are surprised we react. So, and these are very useful phrases. So I play the video and repeat after them, copying the rhythm and intonation.
You're kidding. I don't believe it.
Really? How fantastic!
That's great news.
What a great idea.
Oh no.
What a pity. But never mind.
Okay, so these are the expressions. Also, very important, look at this box. Have a look at this. This is another way to react to what people say. And it's using how plus an adjective or what plus a noun. For example, how interesting, how awful, how amazing. Okay, so we are adding an adjective after how. Or we can use what a pity, kina yastima, right? But then we're using a noun after what. So what's a pity, what a good idea, what terrible news. Notice that we use a if we are using a countable singular noun, but if we are using an uncountable noun, we don't use any determiner. Perfect. We are not going to do this. Instead, if you go to the Moodle, you will find another activity that you can do to practice the use of how and what. So if you go here, you can follow this link. It will take you to this game, and I suggest you do the study version of it. And here what you have to do is react. I have a big collection of teacups, Okay, here they will give you a reaction, but what can you say here? I have a big collection of teacups. I would say, really? Or, oh, how interesting. Or, no sé, no? Okay, here you have a possible reaction. Oh, that's interesting. How interesting. If you have the same, then you click green, right? Then there it is. And here you have other situations and you can react to them. So you will do this to practice this grammar item. Let's go back to the book. And we continue here. The father finds out more about Rob. We're going to watch to the conversation after dinner and tell me if the evening ends well or badly.
You know, our Jenny has done incredibly well, Rob. She's the first member of our family to study at Harvard. She's a very capable and ambitious young woman.
Dad.
No, it's true, Jenny.
And what about you, Rob? How do you see your career? Do you see yourself going into management?
Me? No, not really. I'm more of a writer.
Really? What kind of things do you write?
Oh, you know, interviews, reviews, things like that. And I'm doing a lot of work for the online magazine.
Rob's a very talented writer, Dad. He's very creative.
Well, that's great, but, you know, being creative doesn't always pay the bills.
You know, my dad's a very keen photographer. He took all these photos.
Now, Rob won't be interested in them.
But I am interested. I mean, I like photography. And I think I recognize some of these people.
That's because most of them are of Jenny.
But there are some great jazz musicians, too. That's Miles Davis. And isn't that John Coltrane? And that's Wynton Marsalis.
You know about Wynton Marsalis?
Know about him? I've interviewed him.
How incredible. I love that guy. He's a hero of mine.
Well, he's a really nice guy. I spent a whole day with him, chatting and watching him rehearse.
Really? I want to hear all about it.
Have a cookie, Rob.
Go ahead, son. Sally makes the best cookies in New York.
Okay, I guess your answer is that everything ends well. He even calls him son. So let's see what the book says. The evening ends well, obviously. Perfect. That's good. So let's have a look at the social English phrases that appear in this conversation. Try to complete it and we check. Okay, so this is what they really say. Okay. So let's watch these phrases, and like before, what you have to do is just repeat them.
How do you see your career?
Not really. I'm more of a writer. Oh, you know, interviews, reviews, things like that. I mean, I like photography.
That's because most of them are of Jenny. How incredible!
Well, he's a really nice guy.
Go ahead, son.
Okay. Finally, we're going to use these sentences here to use them in another context. So if you take this exercise number 8, you can take one of the sentences from this exercise here and use them in these different contexts. So write the number from the sentence in this exercise, write it here, right? For example, here decide which one of these 8 sentences fits well here. Okay, so let's do it. And you will need your book to do this because I cannot show both screens on the video. And these are the answers. Perfect. So we finished, we've got to the end of the unit, of this practical English unit. We've learned some things. So do you think you can react to good news, bad news, surprising news, and interesting news? I think so. If you use the language we've seen and the use of water and how and so on, I think the answer here would be yes. Can you introduce yourself and other people? Can you use phrases which give you time to think? For example, you know, I mean, alright. So all of this comes very handy when speaking and when we are reacting to what other people say. So I think I'm going to make a break here. I'm going to publish this video first, and then I will publish another video with the next unit. So see you in a moment. Bye bye.